Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. If you have not watched part one, it's over on Zara's channel as usual. You can go and watch, like, leave a comment, subscribe, do all the things, hear all of our discussion, discussions, and things. I
D-
don't know.
disgustions
Disgust? No, I mean, were we disgusted? I don't think we were disgusted.
by CG and their shenanigans. Yeah, I
Probably.
was. I still am.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were.
wait.
We were. It's a whole gong show.
Could you spell that for me?
I just want to keep saying Gong Show.
Some part of me wants you to keep saying it. I don't know why. it's like I'm hooked.
Ah. But yeah, we do all of that over there, and it's great. And then the shenanigans are gonna continue here,
Yeah.
right?
Continued shenanigans. That's for
Yeah.
the best, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that we've gotten all of the Conquest Sucks rage out of our systems, maybe some of it at least. Do you wanna do some viewer questions?
Yeah, I was like, I can't relate. I'm still pretty mad. But yeah, let's do some viewer questions though.
Uh, All right. So there are two, although one of them is actually three. So there's four.
Nice math.
Did I do that right?
I wasn't paying
I have
attention.
no
Let's move
idea.
on.
All right, cool. So question one of three, because this is the three-parter. Do you think that we will get a crumb puzzle for a legacy character in December? Do you usually participate in or follow the puzzles? And who do you think that the character could be and what the requirements would be for the December unlock too?
What do you think?
Oof. I feel like if we were going to get a puzzle, we probably would have heard by now about it because I think the marquee for a December unlock is probably going to happen within the next week or so. Um, assuming, they're following roughly the same schedule as last year. Who knows if that's actually the case? Um, I feel like I participate in or follow along. I follow more than I participate, although I did participate in the Hondo one. Um, but I usually follow more. And it really just depends on how busy I am with whether or not I'm gonna follow along. I feel like they just get, they spiral. I don't want to say spiral pretty quickly, but like they do get going pretty quick, and then they also last for hours. Like I'm like I gotta go to bed, and I can't keep watching this. Just tell me what the answer is in the morning.
Yeah, I think that like the puzzles are cool. A lot of people, get into it. The community really likes it. I'm not honestly like the small pieces of it, the granularity of it. Like I don't do that stuff. I don't know anything about it. I'm like it's cool, but at the same time, I can't speak intelligently about any of it hardly.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so for me, I don't follow it closely. I'll follow it in broad strokes, and when people are like, "Hey, what about the thing with the stuff and the challenge?" I'm like, isn't that cool? And genuinely, I do think it's cool. If it was just for me, it would be a waste. Frankly, like
Right.
it's not my type of puzzle. Like I love puzzles. I love trying to figure things out. I just a lot of that stuff is just beyond my skill set, my wheelhouse, and so
Hmm.
I'm good without. But yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. I wouldn't be surprised if Crumb was making one. But he doesn't always announce that he's gonna make one. So yeah,
True.
I'm looking forward to Crumb making another one at some point. I think he likes to. I think it's probably exhausting too. Like he spends a lot of time and effort on it, and then the community solves it so freaking quickly sometimes.
I know. I feel like he probably spends like I don't even know, days or weeks thinking about them and crafting them, and then we solve it. And I don't know. How fast did we solve the Honda one? Less than a day. We solved it
Yeah.
earlier than it was supposed to be solved, I believe.
Though I do think that some of it was like controlled by Crumb. Like he was able to, he released some stuff like at a specific time
Hmm.
to I don't know what exactly. Yeah, there's been a couple though that he's like, man, I spent a lot of time on that, and the community cracked it in like an hour. It's just
Yeah.
kind of disappointing or discouraging for someone to do that. But I mean, if it's the same kind of principle as, and I'm not defending him here, trust me, but when CG says things like, well, when we test things, we can test things for like hundreds of hours. The second that thing, that character is released into the wild, like it takes like one day for the community to outstrip the totality of all testing that
Hmm.
CG could have done.
Hmm.
It just takes them like a couple days to outstrip it by tons of hours because of how many people
Yeah.
are able to access, like just the weight of numbers. And I mean, I think that does make sense in terms of testing. I think it only takes like one person to test Conquest, that to the level that it's like, hey guys, can we just not do
Yeah.
this? Like, did you realize it was broken to this extent? Like,
Hmm.
it only takes one person. Like, hire me to do it. Well, and I'll just test your crap for you. But in terms of the crumb puzzle, it's the same thing. It's like you have one person creating this really cool thing,
Yeah.
and you have hundreds or thousands. I don't know how many people in the community really get into it, but like everyone's trying to crack it. You know,
Yeah. They're all
it's
trying
kind
to
of a.
figure it out. And
But I will say that's probably one of my favorite aspects. Like, I like the community the most during those puzzles. Honestly, like that
yeah.
shows the best side of the community in those, because you know it can get ugly. The pitchforks come out, and whether depending on which like, kind of side you're on or whatever viewpoint you have on it,
Hmm.
like so sometimes those pitchforks are meant for you too, as a content creator. I know that
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh, you're with CG." I'm like, I just think you guys are reacting too much, and they're like, "No, we'll kill you." Very well.
Yeah. I agree with you though about the puzzles being like it's such a fun. It's so fun, especially if you are watching it just to see like how fast the community works and
Yeah.
like how efficiently they work. It's so much fun. Um,
Right.
I wouldn't
Well,
mind seeing another one.
no, it'd be cool. So what do you think if they do a Christmas ish release,
Hmm.
like they've done the last couple of years, and they've been kind of, well, I won't fill in anything for you. Like they've had a couple, uh, what do they call it? Journey guide
Yeah.
releases
The
in Star
December
Killer,
releases. Yeah.
and then Afra.
Hmm. And
What's
bam,
the Okay? All right. Has he really been? Is it like was he a year before Star Killer?
he was.
Wow.
Yeah. It was he started it.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, that's
People
cool.
people always forget about Bam.
It's just too long ago.
That's fine.
Well, plus he only that's like the last of the events that it's like, hey, just unlock with as low of gear as you can, RNG wise.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, you could just like, hey, I snuck in with gear 6 on this character.
I
As
know.
opposed to all the other ones have prescribed, hey, you have to be gear 12 or
Mhm.
etc. So, what do you think? You think we'll have a release like that? And if so, what?
Oof. I legitimately have no idea what it would be. I was originally thinking like maybe it would be something Mando related because we're getting Gideon and I don't know. Not that it has to be related to that, but the login characters are Mandos this month, and I was like, maybe like it'll be something Mandalorian related. Um, I think, well, one, we'll have a way better idea once we see the first marquee, which if they are doing one, which I mean, they've done three in the last 3 years, so I don't see why they would stop all of a sudden now, but we should see a marquee in the next week or so because Hondo came out on, it was October 5th or 6th last year. So we should see one. Like we would be due for one if we're gonna get a December event. Um, but now with like Marauder coming, I'm like, are they gonna do like a Bad Batch Galactic Republic era type of thing?
Yeah. So lore wise, I think that's maybe one of the most fascinating things. Like that, one of the reasons I love the Bad Batch. Like I like it anyways. I know a lot of people are like, ah, it's a kids show or whatever. I think, and I watch it with my kids for sure. But I
Hmm.
think there's depth there that there's enough depth for adults to actually get something out of it, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan like me. But it's also that era is so fascinating to me. The transition from Republic to Empire.
Hmm.
I love seeing that transition, and I also think that get like, what if it's Crosshair?
Do you think Crosshair is worthy of being a legacy type of event?
I mean, I don't know if Afra is, frankly.
Fair,
Like
fair.
she's fun. Like she has a comic book and stuff. She's the main character of her series, and I thought Crosshair was gonna be he should have been way more important than they ended up giving him,
Hmm.
in that show. But I, it could be him, and I wouldn't be that mad.
Hmm.
It could also be someone else. I don't know who else in that show
Me
could be.
neither.
I mean, but that's the one character that I feel like would be. He's kind of just been left out
Yeah.
from
But
releases in this game.
well, and like this is the other thing is you need four releases, like to follow the pattern, you need like the four marquees. So like what would be the four marquees from Bad Batch that we don't have that would lead to Crosshair? Some Empire units?
I don't know.
But
Maybe just a bunch of ships.
that would be different.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if you think about it too, so maybe it's not going to be Crosshair. Maybe it'll be Trench's capital ship.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, but this would track right alongside it, like because they're revamping the Endurance, and then
Hmm.
give us this other one, and then we welcome to hell. They're gonna introduce four fleets
Don't
in
don't do
Kyber.
don't do that. Shh. No. No.
I just
No. 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 No.
all right. Let's move on. I'm slain. I'm defeated. I've been shushed to
You've
death.
been shushed to death. Okay. Um, Next question. Sea Guitar Jedi. Should we start describing accounts using character and ship GP separately versus our total GP? My total GP of 8.9 is 5.1 character and 3.8 ship, and that can tell a different story versus a 4.5 character and 4.4 ships.
What do you think?
I think that's a lot more numbers than I have to remember. And right now, I can barely remember what my actual GP is. So I just say 10 point something, pushing 11, and I would feel bad about my ship GP.
Remembering numbers is akin to math, so I could see it being a struggle. Uh,
What do you
no,
think?
I
I,
think that. Go ahead.
sorry. I was just going to say, I totally agree with it telling a different story, though.
It can. It also. everything tells a different story, though. I think GP is just a really crap way of describing things, anyways. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly the community's moved on from it, but I remember, like, people still do this sometimes, but they'll like in territory wars, that everyone, you'll go to a zone, and the zone will have, all the same squad all the way down, and someone will be like, oh man, I just took out a 300,600, three hundred
Right.
thousand 60, blah 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 blah, squad, as opposed to, and that it's kind of descriptive in a way, or people in like squad arena, they're like, man, I just can't beat this guy. His squad is worth this much GP. And the thing is, I struggle to care about GP at all, because
Mm-hmm.
the significance of it's weighted so weird. Like, first off, Omicrons, incredibly impactful on a roster,
Mm-hmm.
are worth like 0 GP.
Right.
Like, they're worth some if it's on a pilot, I guess, but overall, like, that. So if someone has a ton of Omicrons, if they spend a bunch of money on Omicrons, and that's the only thing they've spent on it,
Mm-hmm.
like, you wouldn't even be able to tell GP wise. Also, just it's not balanced. At no point has GP really been balanced or descriptive of things. Like, relic levels are disproportionately cheap compared to their impact, and
Right.
so I'll have, like, on Prevail Man, I'll have a match. Like, he's at 5.3, 5.4, something like that, and I'll have a match with someone sometimes that has about the same GP,
Mm-hmm.
and you look and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy has like 3 Galactic Legends, and he has like a ton of relics on a ton of characters, and somehow they have a good fleet, and somehow they have, like, compared to my roster, which is, granted, it's not the most efficient roster, but I'm like, I have a fraction of the relics this person has, and yet we have the same GP. It's just, I don't think it's used. I don't think it's a good descriptor for anything. So
Right.
I think trying to break it down to be like, this is how many ships, this is how much squad, you can. I think it's just a bad system to begin with. Like, you have to have something, and
Mm-hmm.
that's fine, I guess. But overall, I just don't. I don't think that it's worth giving much thought to.
It's also just like for me personally, it's one of those things that I just bloat.
Right. Well, yeah, we're incentivized to bloat our GP.
Yeah. So, I mean, all it's going to tell you is that I hit the upgrade button more times than I probably should have.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Except on the
okay.
characters, except for Antrea.
I took her to relics.
Yes, we did it, folks. We got her.
She's relic 0.
They didn't get it. You can't even put an Omicron on. Or not an Omicron, a
A
Datacron
Datacron.
on.
Okay, so I did it the same day that I unlocked Malicos and took him to Relic 7. So he took all of my carbonites. And then when I, you know, was looking at Trey and talking to someone, and then I was like, do I do it? And they're like, just do it. So then I did it. And I realized after that I was like, oh, I don't have any carbonite circuit boards. So this is where you live now.
Right,
Because
so,
I keep forgetting to hit the upgrade button, especially
right.
now that I'm hoarding everything for Leia.
Yeah, like, Malikos was like, you unlocked him like yesterday, right?
Shh. I need like 900 carbonite circuit boards right now.
You poor dear.
Not even an exaggeration. Like I legitimately need that for Nisa, Scout, Drogon, and then Leia.
Do we still have the 500 crystal packs?
No, they're out of the store.
I
And
was
I
gonna
bought a
say,
bunch of them.
let's get 15 of them, or however many it is.
Yeah. 10 is the cap.
No, what I'm saying is, like, 15 of your carbonite thingies to Treya, so she can have a Datacron.
Remind me to do that on Monday before GAC lock.
I'm just gonna go into your account and do it for you. All right.
That's why you were in my account earlier.
It it wasn't the misclick. I told you it was. Yeah.
No. Oh man. Okay. Do you want to review a pack?
So that was it for
That was
the
it. That's
questions.
it. That's the viewer questions.
Wow. You guys need to ask more questions.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, let's talk about a pack. Let's go see a man about a pack.
See a man about a pack.
Um,
Um, there it is.
Whoa, we're not in the game yet.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, we're in the game. There's a pack.
There's pack. Perfect. So technically there's two of them because there's two Cairo calendars right now. And I
Ooh.
checked. We haven't reviewed this one unless they've changed the price, in which case that's interesting because
No, I'm actually intrigued. Let's see it.
the last Cairo pack we reviewed was $15 and I didn't write down if it was $15 American or Canadian. So I probably was American. Anyway, doesn't matter. $10 American, $14 Canadian, and you get 100 Kairos. It's over 30 days.
Okay, so this is shock prods, and then you could spend another $10
Correct.
on the
On the
laptop.
laptops. So this one is just the shock Cairo. And then you get
Okay.
what is it? 2 million credits as well and a bunch of purple mats.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a pretty good deal. If you're gonna well, if you're gonna spend crystals on Kyrotech, this
Right.
is and if you're gonna spend dollars to get crystals,
Right.
because I guess it's a little bit different. If you're just generating the crystals, if you're free to play, you're still generating crystals, and then you can spend them on stuff. But like for money,
Mm-hmm.
so what? To get 25 of them, or what's the
It's
deal? Can you look at
seven.
the
I
can you
think
look at the
it's
shipments? 700 for
I
50
think
of
it's
them,
700 for 25.
or 25?
Yeah.
Wow. So 14. Yeah, this is a relatively fantastic deal,
Hmm.
actually. So 2,800. That's what you get for $20.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So and you're spending 10 for the calendar.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously you have to wait to get it, but yeah, if you're gonna spend crystals, or like you're gonna spend dollars on it, then yeah,
Yeah.
this is an amazing pack. In fact,
I mean, whenever I see calendars like this that are 30 days and I'm like, okay, yeah, you have to wait to get all of the rewards
mm-hmm.
in. But something like this that I'm like you're gonna need the Cairo, like you're gonna need it. It's not like it's like, I don't know, stun guns.
I guess the other. Oh, you're right. I mean, like, so for my main account, I don't need this, but like, I would love this on either of my other accounts, the ones that are closer to free to play. Um, I guess the other way to look at it though is you're spending this entire pack, like $10 for this pack, and that's fine. But
Hmm.
that's all it is one finisher piece worth of Kyrotech, and that's it.
Well, that's depressing.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Um, but it's only $10, so worth it.
Yeah, so you spend $20 on these two packs, you get 200 Cairo. Malikos
Mhm.
took 400 or 500 Kyrotech total. So
Yeah.
just to put it in context, I mean, if you're gonna spend crystals on Kyrotech, this is way better than that. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, you need the Kyrotech. I
You
don't know
do.
if you just have to make that value judgment of yourself, but yeah, this is fine
Yeah.
for a pack. I think this is
I like it for
a
$10.
generalized thumbs up. I think so. Yeah.
I actually, when I went into it, I kind of like skimmed it real quick or just quickly glanced at it. I originally thought it was for 50 Cairo, and then I realized it was for 100, and I was like, that's way better.
It is. I agree.
It's twice as good, in fact.
Man, your math is out of control tonight.
I know, I'm on a roll. All right.
Rolling involves numbers too. All right, we hit a little bit of technical difficulties, and we might be in for a rough little bit. I don't know. So if that happens, folks, we're just gonna call it quits
Hmm.
at that point and publish what we have. So that being said, we have Mace here as the
Yeah.
character to review. I don't know why we would review Mace today.
Of all days.
Yeah,
Well, he got a rework a while ago. How long
he
ago
got
was that?
he's gotten a couple reworks.
He has actually. That's right.
His first one was total garbage, though.
Yeah. And then I don't even remember when his last one was.
I don't know. It's over a year ago at least, but yeah,
It's been a while. Yeah. But apparently the endurance is getting a rework that I have not read yet.
I haven't read it either.
So who knows if it's actually going to be a good rework.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So Mace, good old Mace. He's a tank.
I like that they made him Mace, and he's very blunt about things. He's like a blunt object, like a mace.
And just yeah. Yeah.
So he has three Zetas and an Omicron,
Territory War Omicron.
which is I played it on my main account, and I
Hmm.
have to say, it is really fun to use on offense.
Yeah, I like using him on offense in Territory War.
Do you have his
Yes,
Omicron?
I do.
Nice.
I do. Which it's on his unique, isn't it?
Which unique, probably. Yeah, it's really good though, man. I'm impressed.
Got it right. First try.
You had a 50% chance.
Still got it right.
It's hard to debate that.
Uh,
Yeah. No, so I really like Shatterpoint.
hmm
It's something that can make a lot of different enemies approachable. Like you can eventually wear them down.
hmm Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to worry about getting stuck behind just the tank.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I got him to Relic 9 on my main account. I mean, I don't think it was really warranted. I wanted something. I, I don't want. I like to use him against Malgus, and I
Hmm
don't want him to get one shot. I guess is the big thing. So, of course, then when I did that, then I didn't change his modding that much, and I think since then I've changed it a little bit. But essentially, he just goes for straight health. Like he just wants a ton of health. Is essentially what it is.
I don't even know if I have him modded for properly, to be honest with you.
Well, how dare you?
Should. I think I should. I mean, he's got all health sets. He's probably fine.
I'm sure. I'm surprised you have all six E's on him too. That's good.
I remember changing his mods when he got his rework. I just don't know if I changed them properly, but they are 6E, so I guess that's a good sign.
So he's got other cool stuff though, because
Hmm
he likes to have potency so that he can stun with his smite.
hmm
And then he also, well yeah, and then yeah, so stun him and remove 50% turn meter, which is another potency check. And
Right.
then he gains turn meter based off of that.
I didn't realize that he gained turn meter as well. I knew that he would like stun them and dispel the buffs or whatever. I just completely forgot that he gains turn meter, so that's really
And
good.
then if you look at his basic, it
Hmm
does percent health damage based off of his own percent health.
Right off of his max health.
Yeah, I mean it's not that much. The attack
Hmm
deals bonus damage equal to 5% of his max health.
Ooh, and then he heals himself if he's below 50% health. That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
completely forgot what his rework was.
Yeah, he's good. One of the really cool synergies that you don't see people using too often,
Hmm.
honestly, is he works really well with Cat because what'll happen is if he targets someone who has Shatterpoint,
Okay.
he can swap turn meters with someone else who's Galactic Republic,
Hmm.
um, and call them to assist with his second special with his third
Right.
ability.
The this party's over thing.
Yeah, so if you target the person with Shatterpoint,
Right.
and you call a Galactic Republic ally to assist, then they get his turn meter, so they get to go next.
Hmm.
And then Cat can do the exact same thing and hand the turn back to him
And
if
then
you
you
want.
just get to use him again.
Yeah, just perfect swapping of turn meter. Like,
Oh.
and if they both have a lot of turn meter, then they just go back to back to back, just
Huh.
really fast. You could just cycle 2 turns to each for each of them
Hmm.
before anyone else even gets to go in certain circumstances. So I'm not saying it's always something you want to do, but just that turn meter manipulation, especially because he's a lot of times gonna go with Kenobi.
Yeah.
He works really nicely. I love how versatile he is too, because he goes with a ton of different teams. You know, like even Jedi Master Luke would be fine with him, except he's taunting, so it kind of messes up the
Yeah.
they can hit someone else who isn't Jedi Master Luke, so that he's probably the one Jedi team that he's not great on, but he's good with Qui-Gon, he's good with Jedi Master Kenobi, he's
Hmm.
good with Jedi Revan teams and Jedi Luke teams. He's also really good on Starkiller.
Right. As the Jedi tank there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good call. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I feel like I mainly use him in Territory Wars with Kenobi.
sure,
Um,
great
and then in
use.
Grand Arena, he lives with my Qui-Gon team.
Yeah, I mean, he does fine there. I think he's too versatile. I don't like to
Mhm.
put him with Qui Gon that much. To be honest, I mean, he works fine. He's just yeah, he's frustrating too because he has the taunt. He has his own weird
Yeah,
version of taunt, of course.
which that can be dispelled, right? If I'm remembering correct,
Yeah.
his little weird taunt. Um,
Could you look at his 3 different moves? I forget. I think
mhm.
that there's some physical and some special, or maybe they changed that.
So this one's special.
Special. It used to be mixed. I'm curious to see if they kept that.
Special.
Trying to know what my okay, it's all special.
Yeah.
I think it used to be half and half. Not that he really mattered at all
Right.
before his rework, but
That's
yeah, he's fun.
yeah.
I think he's a character. So, I mean, I say this as a guy on my Professor X account. I use it Relic 5 as well. But I think he's a guy that warrants more Relic levels just because of how active he is and how many stats he wants.
Hmm. No, I would agree with that. I just don't want to.
Oh, you're fine. I just, I, I'm saying I didn't do it on my alt either. So,
Hmm.
like, you don't he's one of those characters. It's like, well, that would be nice if I didn't have a million other things to farm and work
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, exactly. No, but he's fun. I really like honestly the my favorite thing, and I think this is probably most people's favorite thing with him is just getting around taunt with the shatter point.
Sure, I mean that's it feels so overpowered if you use the
Mhm.
Omicron in Territory Wars. It's
Mhm.
just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool
Yeah.
because he
So,
gives it to everyone. Yeah, it's super fun. He's a fun character. Um, I think the thing that hurts me the most with him is it's 3 Zetas, and my alt or my
yeah.
little account really struggles with Zetas right now.
Mm, the crunch is happening.
Yeah, it never it's just ongoing on that account for sure. Um, and I guess the other thing that I just love about so Kenobi is a great galactic legend, of course.
Mhm.
Cat can bypass the Kenobi's great for several reasons, but one of them is no one can manipulate turn meter,
Right.
except his team can because Cat can swap turn meter and Mace can swap turn meter. So you end up going a lot more often
Right.
than it seems like you should be able to.
Right. And swapping turn meter with someone isn't really manipulating turn meter. I mean, I guess kind of.
I mean, it is, but not the way CG defines manipulating
Yeah.
turn meter. So,
Fair. Do you have anything else about Mace?
not really. So one of the things that I've done in the past, I forget. I bet at least Professor X is modded this way, but you could actually get away with doing like an offense set
Oh,
all
really?
with all health. Well, just so he could do a little extra damage. Though honestly, in this day and age, trying to face Malgus teams, you probably just better off just going straight health for the whole way.
For the survivability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
makes sense. All right. Well,
That's
do we
probably about it.
do we want to roast a roster then if there's nothing else?
Oh, actually, one other thing about him that I really like is he has ability block on basic,
Yeah.
which is so amazing. And it's not conditional the way Kyle Katarn's is.
Hmm.
Kyle Katarn is great if it's on his own turn. With Mace, as long as he is, uh, you know, as long as he's doing a basic at all, then it has a chance to proc. So
Right.
that's the other reason you would want potency on him. But
So you swap the turn meter back to him with Cat. He's going to assist because he gets that lovely little sheen buff and then ability blocks whoever you're targeting.
yeah,
Yeah. I like it.
yeah, it's lovely. Yes, ma'am. All right, yeah, let's roast a roster.
All right.
Let's see how good their mace is.
So, um, I believe I did this. Yes. Okay. I think this is right.
Oh, we're
Yep.
gonna roast someone.
This is right.
Cool. So we are roasting Hefe Bronze from
Hmm.
Zebra Starfighters.
Yes. They are 8.5. So they're smaller than PX.
Okay.
All right. In Kyber 3, I was just there.
How was it?
Cronless.
Sounds like heaven for you.
It was.
All right, so they're Kyber 3,
Mhm.
and it looks like their best fleet may potentially be Executor,
Executor.
which they're not earning crystals with that fleet right now.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're in a crazy volatile shard, but we'll see.
We won't, actually.
We won't. You're right. You're right.
That's not a thing we can see.
Uh, okay.
All right,
9. They,
so Profundity is 5 stars.
hmm
9 out of 11, so they're missing,
They're
what,
missing,
Redis?
yeah, and Leviathan.
All right.
And Profundity's 5 stars. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
So have they farmed their ships?
Let's see.
Some of them. Some of
Some,
them. Some of them less.
not all. Pilotless ones look okay.
Looks like they're
Yeah.
kind of pushing toward the Leviathan a little bit there, at
Mm.
least. Ebon Hawk is always so sad, man.
Oh man, nobody farms Ebon Hawk.
Okay, so at their GP, they don't have Sith Eternal Emperor, which I suppose is acceptable.
Hmm. Um, okay. I mean, this looks standard-ish,
Sure.
right? Yeah, they're definitely pushing for Leviathan, it looks like.
Do they have the Fury Interceptor unlocked? It looks like not.
Uh, oops, wrong one. I don't think so. Nope.
Big oof.
I wonder if that is a don't have Malgus thing.
It's a skill issue. Just kidding. Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
okay, so let's see. Datacron. Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Just
Okay.
because those level threes were so good.
Okay, that's fair.
They're all about to go away. Like
Yeah.
this is
Like,
the countdown, final countdown.
we're on the brink of it.
By the time this is published, this will be gone. All of their crons worth a damn will be gone. At least I have a bunch of relic zeros or level zeros.
Level zeros, they could upgrade.
You can actually apply those. You know that
Really?
if you want to in GAC, yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
I know.
That
So
seems
what's the
silly.
point?
All right. Well, let's go see what they have.
Okay.
Okay. So, 4 GLs, it
Well,
looks like.
what's their GP? Hold on.
8.5.
8.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to make you disappear to be able to see it.
Sad.
It was okay.
Oh, they got Reva. Okay. 4
Well,
GLs, 8.5.
all right. They're in the zebra squad.
Mm-hmm.
Got. I mean, we're getting to the point where a lot of guilds are going to start unlocking Reva,
Yeah, I agree.
but they
Okay.
actually contributed. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
to unlocking, so good on them. They don't have the ult on Jabba. Jabba's pretty recent. Looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still relic 6. It's fair. Shall I sort by speed?
Yes, please. Did you cheat this time?
I never cheat. Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Darth Revan's like, why don't I have relics?
So grief.
All right, so what we're trying to do, folks.
Ah, man.
What, BB-8?
BB-8.
Stop judging people. At least they don't even have Ray. Like Gear 12 on BB-8 is pretty exceptional if you don't have Ray. That's probably the only nice thing I'm gonna say about this person, to be honest.
Disagree. Okay.
So what we're trying to do, folks, is guess which character they stop having 300 speed on.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, man. Okay, well, there's Mara.
kind of.
Um, kind of. She's sort of hanging out. Ah, man.
Boosh is so slow there. I don't know. There's a lot of characters mixed in. I'm like, man, a lot of these should be at 300, but
Right?
then,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, it's weird. It's very strange.
Um, okay. Who's guessing first?
I'm gonna make you guess first. I feel like I've guessed first like 80 times in a row at this point. So it's
I
finally time for you to take a turn.
I'm gonna say it's Hux.
Hux.
Yeah, maybe that's too generous of me, but
It's pretty kind.
I'm going with Hux.
Oof. All right. I mean, Hux is probably a good guess. I'll guess BB-8 just for you. Just so we have to click into a character you're
Ah,
really sad about.
let's just get the sadness over with.
Let's see it.
Okay. 306.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. So you might have a chance then.
I hate being right because then you think I cheated. 304. So it clearly did not cheat. That's
You
a lot of
cheated.
characters between 306 and 304 here.
That is. You cheated.
I did not cheat.
It's embarrassing.
What do you
We
think?
always play this and it's just a sham.
Gosh. 303. Man, this is actually wow. Shouldn't say it like that, like I'm surprised, but
I am surprised.
there okay, so there's 291 on TIE fighter pilot, so it fell
So
pretty quick.
just falls off a cliff at some point.
There you go. 300 on Zam. Should have
Cheater.
guessed Zam. I would
Sorry,
have guessed Zam if
I,
I had.
I was coughing.
Uh-huh.
Cheater.
Sure. Oh,
Okay.
God. Okay. That's a lot of speed bonds though.
It's pretty weird, man.
Mhm.
There's a lot of Gear 12s messing with me.
Yeah.
It's like a zebra's stripes. In fact,
Oh
you just
boy.
it confuses you with a big group. It's horrible. But all right. Well, good on you. Uh, whatever your name is. For some reason, I wanted to call them Gong Warrior, but that makes no sense.
No, it's definitely not.
I wish it
Um,
was. If someone's name was Gong Warrior, we would escalate them to the top.
oh,
They would get they would get the top.
they would
You
give
know,
the shop. Someone's gonna change their name.
we would roast their roster immediately.
Oh boy. I wanted to see Sith Empire because I'm curious if they have
Yeah.
Malgus or not. Ah, interesting.
Well,
That's gonna be painful for going for Leviathan.
yeah.
I wonder how close they are on Malgus, if it's like a 10 more shards type thing.
It's a pretty strange thing to keep your Revan at Gear 12, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of like strong contenders here to just relic up. Ah, oh man, Darth Talon's not even farmed. Yikes.
No Star Killer, huh?
No Star Killer.
That is not unexpected.
Yeah,
In fact, it is that if you have 4 Galactic Legends, you have Star Killer by now. It's embarrassing.
yikes. Okay. Do you want to pick
They
a
do have a gear.
faction?
They have Gear 12 Treya and Savage with Omicrons.
Yeah. Mine were Gear 12 for a while too.
I'm sure they served you well in Kyber 3.
They um what do you want to look at faction wise?
Rebels.
Rebels, okay.
See how close they are to Leia.
Mm, mm, mm.
Hey, they have the
Uh,
Akbar Omicron. Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I have that on all 3 of my accounts, actually. I would take it back on all 3 if I could.
If you
Though
could.
I'm super looking forward to using him.
Uh,
Actually, with the new Datacron set, super fun. Hey,
so
Lobot's Gear 12.
Gear 1 Drogon. Cool. I mean, not formable yet, but still.
Look with the cat Drogun.
Oh boy.
I thought of that myself.
Oh dear. Um, I guess there's not really anything that I don't expect to be relicked.
Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn is a little sad, but there's no Star Killer, so I guess that's that.
Let's look at their UFUs real quick.
All right.
See if they're on the path to destroying their opponents. Looks like where's Seer? Oh,
Down there. Same with Cal.
and Besis.
Man. And no Malicos unlocked.
Yeah, I mean they've demonstrated that they're bad at conquest already without having Malgus.
I mean, fair. Fair. Or they don't like conquest, maybe.
No,
Either way.
I'm sticking with bad at.
Okay.
Gosh, you're so apologetic for them.
Wait, what were the 4 Galactic Legends? JML's one of them. You could easily get. And Java. Java steamrolls through Conquest even without his ult.
Yeah, this is just laziness or lack of talent.
Well,
Why not both? You know,
is there
one
anything else?
begets the other.
Can I flip it upside down now? I don't know why
Well,
I get so excited to make us both so sad.
why do you hate me so much? Let's pick one. Let's look at their bounty hunters
Okay.
just real quick. All right, you can flip it upside down.
Yeah.
The bounty hunters are always the prelude to that.
You got pre-sad. Okay.
So Bad Batch, not so much. Sortie, kind of farmed. This looked like they're maybe working on Sortie a little bit. No Juhani.
Yikes.
Like Juhani's just gear one. Dude. So
It's
hold
just
on.
hanging out.
Who do you need Juhani for? Is that Darth Revan or Jedi Revan?
Uh,
Probably
Jedi.
Darth. Wait, they have Jedi Revan, right?
They have Darth Revan. Do they have Jedi Revan? Should we go
Oh,
look?
they have to because they have Malak.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah, but I think you could get away with not using Juhani because you could theoretically use like Mission and Zalbar, right?
I guess so. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Elf Jedi at gear one. That's fine.
Poor Juhani though.
Poor Seer. Poor. Oh, look at
Yeah.
Pow is bad. Captain Rex is. I mean, they're kind of working on him a little bit. Man, no Star Killer is just the dumbest thing ever. What are you thinking? Like, stop being dumb.
Oh man. Echo's a little sad. Level 80. These are random levels too. Man.
IG-11 is bad. Krennic is gear
Yikes.
12. Yay! For some reason.
Good old Krennic. Okay. I think we're into the weeds.
Alright. Oh,
Sad.
that's one word for it.
Bad Batch is surprising.
Sad batch.
Sad Batch indeed.
I hope you enjoyed the new ship coming out.